Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VinPF, and if this is your first time on the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. This week we're going to be covering a heavy hitter in the single malt whisky world, single malt Scotch world in fact. This is the Ardbeg 10-year-old Islay whisky. I'm sure most of you will have heard of this before, if not tried it. Some of you will love it, some of you will hate it, some of you might not have tried it yet, so stick around and see what we think about it. Now this is only a little miniature sample, but the bottle is kind of a big version of this, the green bottle. It's 46%, made on Islay, so straight away you kind of know where you're going to be at with it. You know, there's going to be peat, unless it's a Bruichladdich, but there you go. So interestingly enough, this was the first release by Ardbeg that was not chill filtered. There you go. Okay, so the distillery itself is owned by the Louis Vuitton kind of Moet Hennessy group, the luxury French goods. We refer to peatiness by phenols parts per million, ppm, and that this one is 55 to 65 ppm. Now I should say, I've seen a couple of videos kind of mispronouncing this. The ppm does relate to parts per million, and the whole unit refers to phenols, not phenols per million. That doesn't really make sense in kind of a liquid description or kind of any volumetric description. But yeah, so it's phenols parts per million, and this is 55 to 65 odd, which is heavily peated, even though some current releases are going over 100. But once you get to a certain stage, I think probably about sort of 60, 70, I don't really think you can tell much difference anyway. It's just heavy smoke. Let's go into the dram and see where we're at with it. So quite clearly there's smoke on the nose, but it's not, if you're familiar with Laphroaig for instance, it's not that kind of smell. It's not medicinal. This is burnt wood. You know, this is a dead or dying bonfire. But if you spend enough time with it, and if you leave it out on the side for enough time, there is sweetness to be found in the back of it. Okay, let's try. Obviously, more of what I said before, smoke, not medicinal. There's definitely an oaky flavour to it now, but obviously it's a burnt oakiness rather than a kind of just matured in oak. But again, if you spend enough time with it, you can peel back the layers and you can get some of those vanilla flavours from the ex-bourbon barrels. Now, when I talk about finish, I usually say short, medium, long, or the in-betweens, medium, long, whatever. This goes beyond long. For me, this is a mighty finish. Mighty. It's a little bitter on the end. A little bitter, a little bit of nuttiness. There is some sweetness at the start. But it just keeps going on and on and on. This is one of those drams that you want to save to the end of the night, because I think it would wreck everything else you tried afterwards. Any kind of sherry or anything like that, you just wouldn't be able to taste it after that. You wouldn't be able to enjoy it as much, I don't think. But there you go. Fans of the show will know that I was not the biggest fan of Islay whiskies a couple of years ago, even at the beginning of this channel. But I've really made efforts to come around in that and kind of start trying to pick it apart. And now this has become a bit of a personal favourite of mine. It's not hard to drink. It was sort of 2-3 years ago for me, but now I've spent some time with it. I've really tried to pick it apart, get past all that smokiness and even start to enjoy that smokiness, and I think it's absolutely superb. Now in the UK it's usually about £50, but I've seen it going recently for less than that, 40 to 50, which is a bit of a steal really. It's really rather good. When you just look at the 10-year-old, you kind of blind yourself to that a little bit. People look at 10-year-old and think it's got to be the same as other 10-year-olds, like in the £20 mark, but not this. I think this is really premium stuff. Definitely worth anyone's go. If you're not sure about Islay whiskies, maybe not start with this, maybe start with something a little lighter and work your way up to it like I did. But check out some of my previous other Islay videos where I go through that kind of thing, and I'll put a link up here for that. But that brings us to the end of this video. As always, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out more content like these two coming up here. And I will see you again on another No Nonsense Whisky video.